Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. Thank you for joining me. Now, if you were looking for a happy video, that's not what this is going to be. Unfortunately, over the weekend, some very tragic things happened. And I really don't understand. I don't understand where the hate comes from. Where is the hate coming from? Why do you people have hate for the LGBT community? We are doing nothing to you. Absolutely nothing to you. We are just trying to live our fucking lives. That's all we're doing. We're not trying to indoctrinate your kids. We're not trying to hurt your kids. We're not trying to touch you or anybody in your family. We don't give a damn what you do. If you want to be straight, good. If you're gay, great. It's be who you are. But you don't have to hurt us. Saturday night, almost Sunday morning, at 11:56 apparently, roughly, shots rang out. That's when the first calls went into the police. And a sorry sack of crap walked in to Club Q in Colorado Springs and murdered 5 people, injured 25 others, some of them critically. I don't know what to do with it. For years, I hid who I was, in part because of this kind of stuff. I was terrified. When I came out, I had a friend of mine that was like, if you want to go to, an LGBT club, hey, I'll join you. It's a straight friend of mine. But I was like, probably never going to happen. And this is why. Because even when people of the LGBTQIA plus community are in places with other people just like them, having a good time, we are not safe to do so. Because some sorry son of a bitch is always going to be there trying to hurt people. If you remember during Pride earlier this year, there was an attempted attack, or there was going to be an attempted attack on a gay pride parade during Pride Month. That attack involved guns, baseball bats, and all sorts of stuff that they had hidden locally nearby and had in a van. Luckily, somebody called it in and the police stopped it before it could happen. That happened several times over the last few years in places. And you go all the way back to 2016 with the Pulse nightclub shooting. And again, these things happen. You have far right wing nut jobs that keep showing up to drag story time with guns. And then they get mad when the LGBT people show up with guns too to defend the people inside the building. I am not one that likes guns. I absolutely despise their existence. I can't stand them. I don't want them. But unfortunately, people like myself have to protect ourselves. And the thing is, when the more people that get guns, the more chance for something to pop off that we don't need. All it takes is one person accidentally firing their weapon. Then all of a sudden you've got a huge massacre on your hands. One way or the other, or both. Now, I've only been out for a little while, but I've always been me. And I remember one of the first things I heard about after really coming to the conclusion it was exactly who I was. A few years after that was Matthew Shepard, beaten to death simply because he was gay. And I remember sitting in a classroom in my world history class the morning after they found out about it. It was on the news. And every day in that class that we had world history, we spent the first 5 minutes watching the first 5 minutes of, I believe it was NBC News. And I heard people in the classroom cheering and a few people that were happy of what happened. Now, there was a very few, like one or two idiots, right? The rest of the class was absolutely appalled. But those few people terrified people like me. People ask me now, why didn't you come out in high school? Well, look where we lived, right? There were things people said and did from from the time in high school into my years in college that terrified me. There was a point when my own brother, long before I ever came out, said he didn't want to have any trans people anywhere near his kids, and if they got near his kids, he would beat the shit out of them. Now, will he remember that today? I don't know, but it stuck with me. It's one of many reasons why I was not myself for most of my life. But the thing is, it starts with little things, right? With a sibling saying things terrible about trans and gay people to people in your classes in high school and college saying similar stuff. Those people have now graduated to killing us. And I don't know what to do. I am filled with sadness and rage at the same time. Those five people aren't going to be home with their families, either chosen or blood, for the holidays. Thanksgiving is literally 4 days from now. Those families are now forever shattered. The people that were at that club that survived and were wounded, yeah, they're going to pick up the pieces. And yeah, they're going to grab that flag. And yeah, they're going to press on. But they'll never be put back together. They will never be whole again. And I absolutely am completely shattered at what I see. Luckily, two people that were in there, two or more people, I've read two minimum, basically took the shooter out. They didn't have firearms or body armor like those 300 plus cops you saw down in Uvalde when those 19 kids were murdered, right? These people risked their own lives to make sure nobody else was murdered in that club. One of them was injured. I don't know how bad the injuries are, but at least those two heroes stood up and did something that the police in Texas refused to do. They put their lives on the line to protect the other people in that club. And even from over 1,000 miles away, because I'm here in Oklahoma, I don't know how many miles it is from here to Colorado Springs. but it affected me in a very deep way, to a point that I am just at a loss. And I'm going to end this with trying to be positive for the future in a very bleak time. I believe this could work out good in the future because I believe that the people in the LGBT community, we're going to protect ourselves better in the future. And I believe that we have to. We have to protect ourselves better, but we also have to carry on. So those 5 people don't die in vain. Don't let the hate of these radical nut jobs cause you to give up your love. I've met a lot of LGBTQ people over my lifetime, and most of them were the sweetest, kindest people, most loving people I ever came across. And unfortunately, some people out there can't see it. But don't let them. Don't let them take your light. Don't let them darken that flag. To those of you that were at the shooting or know somebody who was killed or injured in the shooting, my condolences to everybody. I'm sorry this happened to you guys. Um, I sit here in Norman, Oklahoma, wishing there was something I could do to help. But sadly, I don't think there's anything I can do. There's nothing I can say. There's no action I could take to make those people whole again. As well, in this video, I want to discuss one other little thing. It's about the channel. Um, I've over the last few years, I've been told a number of times from a few different people um, that this channel is not sending out notifications. I went and checked, and I look at the analytics, and it shows that a lot of some people don't have their notifications on set to all. A lot of people have them set to personalized and things like that. Therefore, that could be part of the reason why some aren't being sent out. But I've had others that have messaged me in the past, and more recently, but I've had others message me in the past that told me that they have all their notifications turned on for the channel, and they're still not getting them. So if you see this video, please share it, get it out there. If you're one of those people that have just stumbled upon my video, please check out my other content. If you like it here at the Big Ranch Show, please, by all means, subscribe and hit that bell and set your notifications to all so you get everything here from the Big Ranch Show. Now, for those people that are maybe new to the channel or may have just stumbled across this video, this isn't my normal video. My normal videos are not so somber, aren't usually so sad, so please check out some of my other stuff. And again, to those people affected by the shooting in Colorado Springs, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. And for everybody else, just hug your family a little tighter. All right? See you down the road.